All right, BCOP, we got 4 of us for LGD. Are you going to break the mold? Are you going to gamble it up?
I think I'm going to gamble. We'll go for Aster. I'll take it. I'll take the chance.
Mad lad. Alrighty, guys, we're going to throw it off to you guys. Enjoy the game for the 3rd and final match of LGD versus Aster.
Yeah, game number 3 ready to go. Game 1 going the way of Aster. Game number 2 goes to LGD. It was a Naga that never was, and now we're into game number 3. Seeing the Ricky again, seeing Monkey King in all 3 games. Morphling shows up. It's like the All-Stars coming out.
One thing I'm hyped about is that there is no Naga Siren. There is this, Magnus that empowers the others, which like to farm. So Monkey King does not need to go for Battle Fury in this one. He can afford to go for different kind of items. Aghanim Scepter is my choice, but we'll see what he decides to go for. Aghanim Scepter just feels really, really good, and Empower will get you there faster.
How do you feel about this Enchantress? It's a hero we're yet to see, I believe. And now coming up here up against the Beastmaster, maybe you just don't level up the boars, or...
He already did.
Oh, okay.
Try something else.
Okay, maybe... I got nothing else. But are those boars just going to be swiped every single time?
Yeah, that's why they picked Enchantress for the laning stage. Yeah. And you have this pure damage that can work against the Pangolier. Really good. Enchantress also the hero that really scales. So Borax is going to be the one playing the Enchantress, but I still feel he's going to get the farm priority instead of Lanham. Lanham this time around on Nyx Assassin, not starting with the Boots of Speed. Just 2 set of tangos. Magic Stick has Boots of Speed queued up. So, yeah, still feels that's just going to be a position 5 Nyx. But the Enchantress wants to be able to lane against the Beastmaster. And they put Morphling on the mid, which makes a lot more sense. You are not pressured by this Magnus at all. Like, yeah, you're gonna get harassed here and there from the cleave because Morphling range is not that great, but other than that, I don't think you should die. Maybe Ame somehow manages to find a way, proves me wrong, but it should definitely not happen. And on the bottom lane, Ricky is a much better laner than the Mars. You can dodge his spear, not gonna say easily, but yeah, feels pretty safe. Also, you have a Keeper of the Light, lowering the cooldown on your abilities, so there's also some kill potential there.
Yeah, it also comes down to whether or not XSS kind of feints that spear too. Sometimes you can bait out that tricks of the trade. You land back down to earth, spear goes and gets thrown, locks you up to a tree. So it's going to be a little bit of mind games. I do like this swap, nothing to say, coming into the safe lane and then Ame over mid. There are a couple of teams in the Chinese region that like doing that. I know IG is definitely one of those teams with Emo and Fly. They've switched it up every now and then. It usually does involve Morphling on whether it's going to go for the 1 or 2. So they do a couple of changes like that. And then every so often, pretty rare VG roll.
Yeah, this is something that OG has been doing on the previous patch quite a lot. Oh, bottom lane.
Tricks of the trade, trying to get the kill. One more shot.
No RNG. Nyx Assassin took the last shot. Still wouldn't think that would be enough to take down the Mars, but it's a lot of harassment.
Yeah, it ends up pushing him back for a moment. This is not a good feeling if you are that Mars. Still just sitting here level 1, the 2 of them. And then now Jin-Q slowed up. He's forced to TP away. He's going to TP back to the top tier 1. So bottom we take a look, nothing to say. So far just 7-1.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we're going to take a look at the bottom, nothing to say. So we are moving away from the bottom lane.
And now we'll look up top. More to say here than bottom. Jin-Q, he's been up against Borax. They've been trying to fight each other. Back and forth they go, and Jin-Q drag the creep wave. He does enchant that boar. Jin-Q now in some trouble. The Jin-Q about to proc. This could be first blood. Balance strike is in. Monet gets first blood. More kills than the last game already for him.
Borax showing that boar belongs to him.
I guess you could say this Monkey King's not going to be a boar.
So Enchantress will pull the creep wave, the big one, easy to do, especially if you cut down like 4 trees. So makes a lot of sense. First blood for them. Who actually got it? Yeah, Monet got it.
More kills than last game.
yeah, this heavy involvement early on in 1 kills looks much better than what he had in the previous one. Bottom lane, Lanham.
Can chase tricks of the trade, looking for the spear to line up. Actually hits it, but the blink strike looking for Lanham. Now they've got the impale hitting on nothing to say. He needs to run away from XXS. But won't end up dead, and there's the salve. So, surviving.
That's important. Rune spawning. It's a top lane. Jinkyu will pick up the arcane one.
He'll head back top. Ooh, skewer under the tower, but waveform immediately. Ame safe. And now going after Borax again. We'll take out that board. Tricks of the trade. Can he line it up? Silence, nothing to say, is just constantly playing up and push forward with the aggression. It feels like he's a moment away from paying for it.
Needs to bring some extra region.
White Album skewers, but it brings Ame with him. Adaptive strike, and White Album will crumble.
And this is why Morphling is such a good, you know, laner in the mid lane against the Magnus. Magnus still, you know, getting the farm, but Morphling getting a kill there. Bounty Rune spawning in 5 seconds. Ame will be able to refill his bottle. He's picking it out. Fate Beyond's like, yeah, bro, don't worry. I got your back. I'm not going to pick it up.
If he were to deny it, I'd give a giggle. Or if he picked it up. So refill that bottle. Take some sips, health and mana for Ame. And that kill up against White Album, who's now still just level 5, getting closer to that level 6. We'll see what he does with that RP if they want to make a move. I don't know if it's going to be enough control. They've also got Lanham nearby. He'll hit level 6. I believe, ooh, splitting that experience. Maybe stopping him from getting enough from hitting that level 6. Tip comes out from Borax, Jinkyu, and Ame over mid. They're going to start to put some pressure on the tier 1. We'll see how the reaction is from Aster as Lanham just chases Innocence. It's a 5 position against a 5 position. We've seen it a couple times before, and now White Album, waveform aggressively. His level 6 did have that RP, but not committing to use it. As now it's looking like Ame wants to make a move once again, but Borax is here. Impetus shot, adaptive strike, as well as the shockwave from Borax. Illuminate splits between White Album as well as the Enchantress. Wait for him forward with the swashbuckle. Shockwave, skewer, RP.
Oh, he got
lands.
the morph off.
Morph in trouble, but there is the spear as well as the impale.
Seems like it doesn't matter. Multiple stuns underneath the tower. Yeah, you're tanky. It's a level 3 morph, so maybe if it was 4, he would still be able to get out, but that's a 4-man rotation, and Aster, 2k gold lead already.
Similar to what they had in the previous game with this net worth lead. The only question is, how will they use it? That's a 4-man rotation that ends up mid, that opens up these lanes for both the Beastmaster as well as the Riki. So Riki working with some space, not a lot of time with that space. As you can see, 2,500 gold for him, sitting towards the bottom half, just barely above it. Swashbuckle again, Lanham, Illuminate, Spike Carapace, and the 2-man impale waveform forward from Ame, trying to get a kill on this Nyx Assassin, who is moving at 355, way faster than these heroes on the side of LGD, but the blink strike from nothing to say.
They got it. They got him real good. That position 5 Nyx Assassin causing some issues. Top lane doing really well for Monet. I don't know if he realizes that there is Magnus in his team, so he does not have to go for the Battle Fury. Hope he changes that.
How's it queued up so far? We'll see if he commits. Arena down bottom, skewer. Or actually, sorry, the spear. Skewered him to the wall. Jinkyu ends up dead. Lanham gets the kill. Got treads picked up on White Album. This tier 1 tower getting really low over mid. Ame trying to take it by himself. Nobody here to help him just yet. Innocence nearby will secure the rune. It's a regen rune, and now Lanham will just catch a glimpse of these 2 heroes and then walk away. Diffusal first for the Riki. A little bit of a different build than what we saw for Ame.
Yeah, Ame, 1-1-1 at the moment. I see E-Blade queued up, which you can't afford to go for it. It's still an item that got buffed 200 less gold on the Eagle Song, so you get it a bit faster, and you still have a Ricky that... Okay, Ricky, interesting build. He's going for the Diffusal Blade this time.
Yeah, changing it up from what we saw when Ame played that Ricky in the first game. Monet. Faith Beyond is chasing, and he's only level 5, so they don't have a way to stop him in his tracks, but the Illuminate Ame's here. Monet in some trouble, waveform over. Won't get that Jingu to proc and won't be able to survive. Faith Beyond with the kill onto the Monkey King.
He's committing. Monkey King is all in, getting that Battle Fury. Seems like more cleave equals more chances to win.
We'll see if that holds true. Royal Jelly for the Radiant side. Should be passed to the Morphling as well as the Ricky. Now Lanham, Spike Carapace. Impale as well as the Mana Burn on to Ame. Lands a two-man stun. Lanham's been landing a couple multiple hero stuns. He's been on it so far. The question is, can they take advantage? They do have a 3K lead still. They're trying to go after White Album, skewer away. Nothing to say behind Lanham under the tier 1 tower. Does have that mana for the Spike Carapace. Nothing to say, really wants to keep going forward, but they do have the RP. There's the Impale, and now they've got the Dust. Smoke screen is down, RP is used, that lands on a 2, but there's no follow-up. The Illuminate comes in, now the arena is out, and it only gets Jinkyu. He'll be speared to the wall. This is a lot less than maybe Aster would have been hoping for. Nothing to say thinking about the reinitiation, but the rest of the team have already left him.
I'm just trying to think of a reason why Monkey King is getting a Battle Fury for himself. The best I could think so far is it's a core Magnus, so he doesn't feel like two of them are going to be playing together, so he needs to get the cleave for himself. You know, because there's a difference when you have position 4 or 5 mag, or when you have a core mag, where you're just running around your cores, buffing them up. As a core Magnus, you also want to get the farm for yourself.
So maybe they won't be playing around the map together, and that could be the difference maker. Still, though, Monet top of the net worth by a couple hundred gold over the Morphling. Then there's a big split between Morph, Ricky, and Beastmaster. You don't normally see a Beastmaster this far behind. He's usually towards the top of the net worth.
He really is, and this time around he picked up Boots of Speed. Usually he just gets the Necro Book if he doesn't get that much farm. Goes back to jungle, but it goes back to that where he's laning against the Enchantress. You don't get too much value out of Boar, you're actually getting it used against yourself. And Borax, Hand of Midas queued up. Like, this Enchantress really wants to scale.
Going for Borax, they've brought over Monet. Oh god, another two-man stun coming through from the Nyx Assassin. Innocent and Ame die. They get a kill into Borax, but a good turnaround from Aster, taking out Ame, and there are the tips coming through from this Aster lineup. XXS and Borax giving 100 shards over to Ame.
Man, Lanham is on fire with those stuns. It got the cast point got improved by 0.1, so it's a bit easier to land a stun, but still you need to be very close. The cast range is still the same, and he is getting Orb of Corrosion on that position 5 Nyx Assassin.
Borax dead again. Unfortunate, because that's slowing down the Midas that he's been wanting to go for. Has it queued up, gets slowed down again. Back-to-back deaths really quickly in succession. Still a 3K lead here for Aster. Ame, E-Blade, Eagle Song, still a couple hundred gold away.
That's going to help them quite a lot. Bursting the certain heroes, especially the Enchantress, who can be hard to deal with once she gets the points in Untouchable. She's only level 5 now, but that Hand of Midas will get her some free levels.
Battle Fury almost finished. Blink Dagger on the Magnus. Ooh, RP, that's through onto the Beastmaster. They'll land the stun, they'll get a kill. Faith Beyond is gone. White Album saying goodnight.
XXS has enough money to buy a Blink Dagger if he wants to. Maybe he's still deciding. Yule Scepter also feels good. You know, I have this empowered that decides to get a Blink.
Going after the Mars, in trouble. Tricks of the trade, XXS falling to Faith Beyond. Bit of spam there from XXS as he dies to the other offlaner, taking away that 3-time spree. Monet over bottom, just farming by himself. And now he's got a White Album near. So Battle Fury, I believe, is getting delivered, and now he's playing near this Magnus.
It's a double cleave, yeah. It's gonna hurt quite a lot.
Radiant structures are fortified.
TP over from Faith Beyond. He's got the Primal Roar. They've also got the Morphling here. Battle Fury, there it is. Everything gets combined together. He picks that up. And now the E-Blade is not too far out from Ame. Is this a big difference, the E-Blade? Like, yeah, you can blow up some of these heroes, but are LGD in a position to fight?
They're looking for Ricky to finish his Diffusal Blade and the E-Blade, then it's time to go. I still feel like the pick-off that LGD has is really, really strong. Their team fight straight up 5 versus 5 is not that good because you're playing into Mars, into RP, so Wukong's command on top of that, so it's gonna be much harder for them to, you know, just go and try to seek 5-on-5. You have these really good pick-off heroes, so use their strength.
Rolling Thunder going up towards Latam. Primal Roar is committed to Borax, but LGD went the other direction. So they don't get this kill just yet. The Blinding Light pushing Borax back. Spike Carapace, nothing to say, lays down the silence. They still don't get the kill on the Enchantress. Wukong's command comes in from Monet. They get the kill on Innocence. They end up losing this Kato. Latam dead, so does Faith Beyond. Well, it's a 2-for-1 so far. Nothing to say on the run. The Primal Spring's a little bit short. That was a bit sloppy from LGD. They went up with the Rolling Thunder, and then the Primal Roar was used on the Enchantress. They were split up and couldn't get the kill.
Yeah. Borax, Rorax, you know. It's a tough one, because Nyx Assassin was there in vicinity to just be able to scout things out. In Vendetta, they were afraid, just put a sentry and observer on top to see what's actually happening. E-Blade, I believe, was not in that fight. I don't think they had the E-Blade.
And now it's picked up. Ooh, going for this Nyx Assassin. Nothing to say. He's been caught. There's the RP coming through. That's onto the Morphling, and that's onto the Ricky. They get the kill on Nothing to Say. They look over at Ame. Here comes Monet, trying to wave for him, get some distance, but not too far out of the hands of this Aster lineup. Though, he gets out. He gets recalled by Innocence, escaping by the skin of his teeth.
Not sure what Ame was trying to do there. Like, you know, Nyx Assassin will get the Carapace off. He showed some great performance on the Nyx. Maybe he was thinking, I'll just blow him up during the waveform so I don't get Carapace back because I'm invulnerable during it. Maybe that was the plan. Didn't really work out. Latam now scouting things out.
Ooh. Now, smoke screen down. Latam with the stun. But looking very dead on his screen already. Nothing to say. He'll take the kill. Monet going for the BKB. He's got that Battle Fury, so he's farming really well. Up 900 over to the Morphling. Nothing to say. It seems like his farm is really slow. This Ricky only at 7k net worth. And he's going Diffusal Axe. A lot different from what we saw the first time around with a Ricky.
Yeah, you don't get that much value out of the Aghanim Scepter. It's a completely different thing, because you cleave off 2 targets possibly, then your like damage is insanely good. It's still a decent pickup for Ricky.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
but yeah, maybe he feels that Morphling is the real carry in this game and he just needs to be like a true assassin instead.
And Enchantress going Gleipnir. Midas, Gleipnir. Oh, well. Now switches it over to the Orchid. Okay. He just changed.
A bit more control for, like, Morphling. He still doesn't have a defensive item if he doesn't use the Decide Ethereal Blade on himself. And the Ricky also, like, if he gets a good timing on that Orchid, it also amplifies your damage by so much.
Blade of Alacrity bought by this Ricky, not committing to the Ags just yet, maybe seeing how it feels. Can always turn that into a Yasha, go a different direction with it. Grove Bow, Essence Ring, both dropping. Still just the 2K lead right now for Aster. Definitely feeling like they're the ones in the driver's seat of this game so far. Blink Dagger being built by Jinkyu on the Pango, so we'll have that Rolling Thunder and that Blink Dagger to really disrupt these fights. He also wants that Shard.
Radiant's top tower is under
A
attack.
Shard on Bangalore, we've seen it in the previous game, not the full potential of it, because there was a BKB piercing ability from the Beastmaster, but this time around might be a bit better.
So they're grouped up mid on LGD with Beastmaster just bottom, as well as the Morphling up towards top. You've got 3 heroes mid, and then let's see, they're going to TP over. They're going to try and help up top. Morphling getting low. Ame ending up dead to White Album coming through with XSS. That's the arena down. The retaliation from LGD is just too late. They TP'd in, but he was already dead.
Seems like they can't find any good openings. Couple of good sentries in Aster's top part of the map, where like you're playing against the Riki, who has a Diffusal Blade, so you want to have it. And Enchantress is getting a lot of farm. Like, she's almost keeping up with the Beastmaster.
Yeah, 6k net worth on this Enchantress. That Midas really paying off. And also level 10 going into the Orchid. I was really wishing that they would go for the Gleipnir on the Enchantress, but there's the Rolling Thunder as well as the Blink Dagger that go up to Lanham. Spike Carapace. Now the Blink strikes in. Tricks of the Trade. Rolling Thunder. One last shot. Innocence is Illuminate. Will take the Nyx's life. But still a 5k lead for Aster. However, LGD, they want this Roche. They want this Aegis. They're going to make an attempt at it. With Aster without the Nyx Assassin. Question is whether or not they're willing to fight. He's only dead for 15 seconds
It's
more.
going down too
Roche
fast.
Is gone so quickly. The arena's a little bit late. They've got themselves the Primal Roar. And he morphed into this Mars. Throws the God's Rebuke out. Blink Strike onto XSS. Speared back. Impetus shots coming through from the Enchantress. One more shot until they get the kill onto XSS. They'll take out this Mars. They'll look over at 4X trying to TP out. Nothing to say, gets the kill. 2 heroes gone. Innocence bought back. However, they do get themselves their hands on the Aegis.
That's going to keep Ame alive, because we can see that he loves to play, a bit too aggressively, overextend, stay one creep wave more than he should. So this allows him to get there if he is in trouble. Lanham, once again, getting caught.
Yeah, they're trying to go into Lanham. They'll pop the BKB on Monet. Nothing to say. Dusted up. Waveform forward with the E-Blade Adaptive Strike. Blows off from 100 to 0. Lanham, it's hard to survive now, it feels.
It really is. So Monkey King has that BKB working towards the Aghanim Scepter. I would still prefer if he just went straight into Ags, into BKB. You already have that cleave. But yeah, double cleave seems like it's working out well for them. 2k gold lead. LGD is coming back. You're playing into Riki and Morphling, so you know that this lineup will scale nicely into the late game.
And it's about to be Ags for the Riki. 700, now 600 gold away for nothing to say. Borax still building the Orchid. He's not too far off of that. Already has one of the Oblivion staffs. Going again with the Shard on the Beastmaster. We talked about that, how it's mainly just for the control of the Hawks. Seems like the added benefit of the dive is, just basically an extra. You'd probably buy it just for the control, right?
Yeah, it feels so good. RP on 1.
Onto the Riki. They've got the control. There's the Impale to follow it up. They hold the Balance Strike on this one. That means he's able to throw it over to the Beastmaster. He was about to throw it onto the Riki, but seeing as it's not needed as Lanham hits the stun, they get a kill onto a second one. XSS comes over, throws out the God's Rebuke. A lot of damage coming on Ame. That forces him to waveform out.
Lanham is chasing.
Innocence. Hit by the Impale, the stuns on point from Lanham. The spear is there, the kill as well. XXS finishes off the 3-0 in favor of Aster.
That was a team fight without Wukong's command and without Arena. So very nice initiation. RP just on 1, but exactly the target they needed to take out, because Ricky right now dishes some serious amount of damage and could be, a bit tricky to catch after he uses 1 blink, tricks of the trade. So he's buying a lot of time for his team to get in a correct place.
Yeah, it's looked good so far. They've put it all together. They also helped the arena on that fight. You've got Nyx Assassin going for his shard. So Orb of Corrosion with the Tranquils, Wand, and then Shard
Radiant's
on the
middle
Nyx
tower
Assassin.
is under
Only
attack.
200 gold away from that.
Unlocking max movement speed and reducing the magic resist by 20%. And a bit more
Radiant
speed
are
in
scanning.
Vendetta. Doesn't sound too bad.
No? Especially in the 5, right?
Sure, but this Orb of Corrosion, it's a lot of investment for your position 5. Not sure why he decided to go for it. Like trying to get possibly like a 4-staff or playing into Ricky, into Beastmaster could be a much better
Radiant's middle
and safer
tower is
choice where you
under
can
attack.
save yourself, save your teammates. I mean, Orb of Corrosion is not the same amount of gold, but still, it's half of the price.
We'll see if, what his progression is, if that ends up hurting him. Not having that 4-staff, not able to get away from the Ricky, hasn't been a problem so far, as really the Ricky hasn't been the aggressor. It's been more so trying to survive when he gets hit by these RPs as well as these Arena Spears. So maybe it'll become a problem when there's a bit more farm on the Ricky, feels a little bit more confident, nothing to say, dives in, finds Lanham, and that's where your problems are coming from. However, right now, that's not where it's at. And Aster are the aggressors. So they'll look over.
Again,
RP.
one-man RP.
They find the Ricky again. They've got the Vendetta as well as the stun. Nothing to say.
Dire's middle tower
Cleaned
is
up.
under attack.
RP committed every single time for this Ricky.
I love how White Album is not hesitating. He sees Ricky, he's like, I'm going in. Even if they decide to take this team fight, we still have 2 big abilities, Wukong's Command, Arena on top of that, just to keep them in place, and we can still win a team fight even if I just RP 1 guy.
Yeah. Taking out that Ricky, slowing his net worth down is fine. Ricky had just picked up that Ags, and it's a 7k lead for Aster. It does feel close at times, but when you've got the RP, you've got the Arena, things feeling a little bit rough for LGD. Borax still not
alive.
dead. They're not going to kill this Enchantress. They get the Arena down as well as the Spear on the Faith Beyond. They throw a Spear of their own, but it's not going to do anything. They still take out the Beastmaster. Now Ricky alive, but it doesn't matter. White Album on a mega kill spree.
I believe he managed...
BKB, popped by White Album. Now the skewer back. Silence, Boundless Strike. Ricky in some trouble. Wukong's Command comes out. The dust is through, but not enough.
He's going to die to Wukong's.
Is dead to Monet. They've also caught Ame. Waveform back, looking for the Primal Spring to close the gap. Monet going in deep, looking over now at Innocence, who are blinding light, but it doesn't matter with BKB be popped by this Monkey King. Blink forward from XSS. Ricky retreats. 3 heroes gone on LGD. Aster just jumping down the throats of LGD.
LGD just feels very disconnected.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Kind of reminds me of what Aster did in the previous game, where they were just farming, getting picked off, and repeat that until the game ends. Roshan may respawn in a minute and 40 seconds. Pretty sure LGD will have the vision of it with the Hawk. This one's looking rough for LGD, because like last 3-4 fights, they just straight up lost those.
They haven't really been able to find a victory in this game yet.
Dire's middle
Always
tower
seeming like
is
they're on
under
the
attack.
back foot. Take a look at this replay once again. The BKB was popped by a White Album. Morphs into the Mars, hit by the Balance Strike. Both the Morphling as well as the Ricky are forced away with the Wukong's Command coming in, trying to just disrupt the fight with the Rolling Thunder, but within the Wukong's, he loses his life very quickly. They try to focus their attention onto the Morphling. Instead, they'll find Innocence, Blinding Light, not enough. E-Blade thrown over at Monet, who has that BKB and was running at this Kato at the time. So they get the kill into the Kato. Morphling and Ricky get away, but it's still a 9k lead for Aster.
It feels like they're in just full control of this game. If you did not see the number, you would probably say it's around 15, 20,000, considering how dominating they look in team fights. The next big team fight is going to be around the Roche, which may respawn in 30 seconds. There's no Arena nor BKB, so that's going to be up pretty much if Roshan does not respawn immediately.
They actually recall over bottom. Try to push the tier 1 tower, get themselves at least some money in the bank. Blink Dagger picked up for the Ricky. After the glyph is up, the tower is gone. So they get the tower, and they'll scan the Roche pit, knowing that this timing is hitting. But it's a long Roche, 2 minutes, 50 seconds until it's going to be back up. Who does that benefit?
Like, Aster would want to take fight right now, because they feel so much stronger. So we might even see like 2 fights happening if LGD does not send a Hawk to scout things out. Because they should be afraid of Aster taking the Roshan, which is not spawned, but they don't know about it.
Hawk flying over, spotting these dire heroes. Ame gets the glyph forced, starts to back off. The side of Aster are migrating towards bottom. Not going to find anything though. And Wind Waker being built for the Kata. See if he gets the gold for that. He does have Philosopher's Stone. A man can hope.
My question is why? Like, it's a very expensive item, you know. It's
a lot
like
of commitment.
6,000+, 7,000 actually. Wow. I tried it once against the Buck, which I think it had a really, you know, I played it as a core, so I believe it was Queen of Pain, where you can just, you know, snap the coil without triggering it. So that's, but it's a huge investment, especially for Keeper of the Light. Like, I can understand he wants to get outside the arena possibly, still feel like getting the Aghanim Scepter on Keeper of the Light feels much, much better.
So we'll see if he commits to it. It's only queued up right now. And it's a lot of gold commitment. He's holding 2,300 gold. That is an expensive amount of gold, or an exorbitant amount of gold to be holding.
Well, he can save allies with it, you know, so you can think about that item as a potential save. They get the good initiation, because you don't have any kind of save, and then the Wind Waker comes up.
Borax. 12,000 net worth. Orchid, Dragonlance, Scotty for the Enchantress.
He's super farmed.
Yeah, that Midas is
that
paying
Midas,
off.
like, what did he finish it? Like 12, 13 minutes in? It also got delayed 2 times, got killed when he was just 100 gold short.
Yeah. I bet you chat was like, he's griefing, report the support, a bunch of, you know,
who is this guy?
What
Why
is he doing?
Playing in a professional team?
Bobica greater than Borax, stuff like that. But now he's got 12,000 net worth.
And he's level 18.
Yeah.
Like, Morphling is level 21, Ricky's level 19. So, just for comparison.
They're going to use the Abyssal Blade onto the Morphling. Follow that up with the Spear. He's trying to survive, but there's the Impale. RP everything.
And a BKB.
Thrown.
Like, they just threw everything at him. I don't think BKB was needed. They could also potentially maybe use an Orchid, but there is a BKB on Morphling. And he's also going for Butterfly.
Nothing to say. GQ, they're on the tier 3 tower. See if any reaction is in as Roche is up.
Someone needs to take care of this, because it's a Beastmaster, ton of damage with the Necro units.
Coming over, Roche. Monet picks up the Aegis. Beastmaster was trying to get in there. He had a Hawk nearby the pit, but now the Primal Spring, the Boundless Strike, the Silence comes out from the White Album. Rolling Thunder, bouncing back and forth. That keeps Faith Beyond alive with 60 health. Ooh.
That was so close. Clutch. Rolling Thunder coming out from Jin-Q.
Spotting the Mars. Diffusal, Tricks of the Trade. Really not doing a lot of damage.
There's no Battle
Mars.
Fury, so you don't clear the creeps.
Wants to go again, though. Smoke screen down once more. BKB's been popped. Balance Strike coming in. Looking for nothing to say, but he is out of the way. Innocence. I don't think
nothing to. Oh, no bash, and the Abyssal Blade was 2 seconds on cooldown.
Sweating. Kato was
very
sweating.
tense. So Keeper of the Light, kind of committing for that Wind Waker. Just needs 4,000 plus gold to find somewhere on the map.
Somewhere along this map, he'll find it. White Album, Silence. So Adam coming through. Look how fast he's moving, catching up. But missing the stun. That's like the first one he's missed all game.
Look how fast he's missing that stun. You know, jokes aside, Lanham had a really, really nice performance on this Nyx Assassin, just getting multiple heroes, impales, and yeah, just being a nuisance for the enemies, scouting things out, disrupting the smokes, using Carapace, which set up kills on the Morphling a couple of times.
Monet setting up bottom. He's going into the MKB. He's super farmed. Almost 24,000 net worth. XSS setting up on top of this hill. I like it. Making sure if anybody comes over, it's arena down. Jinkyu not showing himself just yet. Swashbuckle in, blink back, but there's XSS ready to go. Catching him, trying to be sneaky. And all 5 heroes will combine for the kill on a Jinkyu.
Pulled a little sneaky on them, huh? Didn't really work out. Mars was quick on the reactions.
Ooh, they found the Morphling. Monet gets in onto Ame, pops the BKB.
Abyssal is ready.
He can't TP. He's stuck.
Why is he waiting? All right. They're still chasing. Monkey.
Trees, Primal Spring, and now the bashes, the Abyssal Blade. Throws that E-Blade, and now the Coddle is the one who dies. Innocence is gone. In the air, though, is Morphling. They've got the Spear, the Boundless Strike. Monet with another monster kill streak, and 80 seconds without the Morph. They'll at least take out Lanham, but nothing to say. Needs to Blink Strike away and get some space. They're still looking for him.
They should probably try to get a gem. They already actually have a gem on Mars to be able to see the Riki, see the Hawk. A lot of value coming out from that gem.
Trying to get this Daedalus. Nothing to say. Picking up a bounty. Probably get a second. Tier 2 top, though, is going down for LGD. No saving this one.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Smoke picked up by the Nyx. 17 seconds till he's back up. And onto the high ground they go.
Still a minute and a half left for that Aegis. Once you start hitting those buildings and just stand your ground with the Aghanim Scepter on Monkey, like, it's very hard for the enemies to just jump in.
Yeah.
Radiant's top barracks are
So
under
Monet just standing his ground, getting the kill on both these racks.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Coddle still committing to the Wind Waker. Abyssal Blade being built by Magnus. This is just a lot of gold commitment from Coddle, where maybe you'd like him to go for anything else.
It's just that the team play from LGD is really not there. Like, I did not feel them taking a serious team fight for a very long time. Multiple times we've seen Ahmed just getting picked off over and over again.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a rough game. Monet 9-1-6. And yeah, you take a look. It's not been the nicest game to this Morphling, but 13K behind, a high ground defense, maybe a Roche, turn it around for LGD, give some hope to the LGD fans out there. But
I'm not sure if they have time. Roche may respawn in 3 minutes. I still think Aster should push for more. You know, go for the high ground. All your abilities are up, and there's the smoke.
You also got MKB being built by Monet and Morphling going for...
Yeah, Monet is just getting gold out of somewhere. I'm not sure where the gold is coming from. Probably that Battle Fury plus Empower, just jumping around the trees.
Borax also almost has an MKB. He's just a recipe away. One of the richest enchantresses you'll see, keeping up with the Riki in net worth, ahead of the Beastmaster, 15,000 on the Ench. Borax doing work so far.
Man, I miss Chinese region, because you don't see this kind of stuff in other regions, and I'm pretty sure, you know, other regions will start to pick it up from them, try to copy it.
We'll see if they can. Timeless Relic, Flicker, Trickster Cloak for Aster, as well as the Illusionist Cape now coming through for LGD. Octarine Core for the Riki, so back towards looking at that 0.4 seconds Tricks of the Trade cooldown, if you can get that far.
Seems like it's a thing, at least for PSG.LGD. 2 times in a row, they're going for, I'm not gonna say the same item build. There is a Battle Fury instead of the Fusel Blade, but other than that, it's pretty much a mirror.
2 MKBs already. Almost an Abyssal Blade finished off for White Album. There it is, getting delivered by the Courier. A big power spike with Monkey King Bar for 2 heroes, and then the Abyssal Blade, Trickster Cloak for the Magnus, RP, Abyssal, the Lockdown aplenty ready to go, and still a Wind Waker queued up for Coddle. Not making as much progression.
You don't like the item, huh?
I'm just, you know, it's been a long time where he's had this queued up. And you think about other things, other potential items.
There's a lot of synergy between his Will-O-Wisp, the one that you get with the Aghanim Scepter, around Mars Arena. You know, there's still BKBs, of course, but you can try to break the team fight after
Abyssal?
BKBs.
And then looking for that RP, but doesn't land. So RP down. White Album. A bit of a misstep for the first time this series.
It's all good. We've seen them taking the fight with RP being down, so could still potentially go and try to take a fight. Spell Prism found. Let's see who decides to take it. Lowering the cooldown on Mag. Feels pretty good. Trickster Cloak is available, so he's going to hand it down to someone.
Got Enchantress level 21. Has the addition to the Untouchable slow. Rare that you see Enchantresses get to that 3rd talent from the position he's in. That being said, Jinkyu's also level 19. So 4 positions, finding some farm. Well, finding some levels. The Pangolier not nearly as farmed as this Enchantress.
Still has a decent amount of farm considering how things are going for them.
Jinkyu. God's Rebuke and needs to blink away. Gets into those trees, but is he out? Ooh, trying to TP. I'm not sure that spear would have hit if he had just committed. So now Jinkyu in a lot of trouble. Stunned up, Abyssal, dead. Monet now got on 10, 1, and 6.
Monet, you know, just showing that instead of farming that the only thing he did in the previous game, he can also join fights. I think it was one of those statements like, give me this hero, I'll show you how it's played, I want to be aggressive instead of just hitting the creeps. So, yeah, very nice performance from Monet.
Yeah. Doing really well, picks up those shards, going into the Scotty next. Hex being built for the Mars, nothing to say. Still on that Octarine core, looking to make something happen, but getting surpassed. Look at just the net worth on Monet compared to anybody else. The farm is just making itself available. And they go into Roche, 3rd Roche.
Cheese, Aegis, and Refresher. A lot of value from that Refresher. Either from Mars, Monkey King, Magnus, you name it. Let's see who decides to take it. It's gonna be Mag for now. He's also getting very close to his level 25.
And really close to that level 25. Should hit it soon. You've got level 26 for the Monkey King, 22 for the Enchantress, who now has a Blink Dagger to add to the arsenal. Lowest level in the game is Coddle at 16. So he doesn't even have level
Remind
3
me again, what is Coddle going for?
He is going for the Wind Waker.
Just 400 gold away.
With the time spent, you can give yourself this luxurious item of the Wind Waker. It's behind door number 1. Just got to get there. Lincoln's picked up by the Morphling. We're going to see it get picked up, and all of a sudden it's a game changer.
It might be, you know, it's a save. I think he's just doing it for that purpose. He does not want to use it on himself, but just buy time if they get a good initiation from Nyx Assassin, possibly RP, maybe a spear.
Smoke, and look how fast Lana moves. Gas, gas, gas. He's going so fast. 600 movement speed for this Nyx Assassin. Really showing off how fast you can go on that Nyx with the shard. Pretty crazy how quick they're moving around the map. 15,000 net worth lead right now for Aster, waiting for their moment. They've got Bloodthorn being built by the Mag. He's got that Refresher Shard, that double RP, that double Abyssal. There's a lot here to control the side of LGD. And now they just need to find the opportunity to get up the steps and steal a series away from LGD. They're close.
One thing Aster needs to be careful about is trying to initiate on Morph, who has that illusion escape, so it could be a bit tricky. You know, you see that illusion, I'll RP it. They know that he has it, but still, it's something that you could also try to bait, give it on your like position 4, so they don't expect it without showing that you have the item. And yeah, try to go bait for it. But Morphling for now, just holding it, good stats on him.
Swashbuckle, stun onto the Monkey King, Spike Carapace. Caught away.
Borax is actually the one dealing tower damage. Everyone else is being afraid.
Ooh. Wave forward and back. Maybe trying to bait something out. There it is. There's the Wind Waker.
All eyes on Caudle.
One of the better Zelda games. So let's see what they can do. Smokescreen down, fainting on that Rolling Thunder. Lanham might catch this Pangolier out. They're continuing to throw the smokescreen, but there's just no point where they can get in. There's the Blink as well as the Rolling Thunder. It's on everybody. They've got themselves the arena down with the BKBB pop by White Album. Now the Abyss Blade is thrown onto this Magnus, but is it going to be enough? He turns into the Magnus and skewers away. They're still holding on to RP. They've got themselves the Balance Strike as well as the RP coming out of the Morph Wave.
There's the Wind Waker.
Look at that. They've got the Wind Waker, but is it enough? They're in the Wukong's command. The waveform out of the circle. Now looking back in. They already got the kill on Aladdin. They're going to look over at Monet. The Monkey King still within the Wukong's command. The Blinding Light keeps him away.
He's
But
not
now
moving.
The axes, he's not getting far enough. He tries to get into the trees. The TP out from White Album. Is this a successful defense? They're still trying to catch up to the Monkey King. They get the kill onto the Mars. They've taken out 2 without buyback on the side of Aster, but with this shard, look how quick he just gets out of there on these trees.
And we could see the full potential of the Wind Waker. This is why he built it. Like, I want to save my Morphling. He got in a bit of a trouble. These 2.5 seconds gives him enough time for everyone else to reset, group around, get some control on the enemy team. So yeah, you can see Aster still respecting the LGD there, like not going for the melee barracks, instead going for the range ones. And Enchanter is pretty much the only hero who was hitting the buildings, while rest of the team, Monkey goes in, gets maybe 1 hit, then instantly goes back.
It's a Wind Waker doing it.
It really is. Second Daedalus being built on Ricky, and he's also getting very close to his level 25.
I don't know, just zooming around the map right now. Scotty for Monkey King, he's got 8,000 gold. Saving up, looking to build that interest. Get that 401k ready to retire, get that Scotty out. Here's the purchase. So let's see what he can do. Ooh, I think he sold it right away. So he's thinking about it. He's sitting level 27 for the moment. And just being built by the Nyx Assassin. Aegis gets reclaimed. Passing over the cheese to White Album. Heart for Mars, I believe. And the Shivas for Jinkyu. Okay.
Dire are scanning.
So now it's only 10k. Maybe Aster feel like, that fight really didn't exactly go our way. A little bit of net worth back into the hands of LGD.
Just wait for the next Roche. See what happens. You know, it's a cheese refresher.
Axe Blessing.
Exactly.
Who
Plus
takes the
Aegis.
axe on LGD?
While I was talking about Aster, they already have Axe on Monkey King. There's none on Nyx Assassin. Mars could be the good potential of picking it up.
Yeah. That Bulwark upgrade. Aghanims for the Magnus. That Shockwave. Recall on the Ricky. And Jinkyu putting some pressure on over bottom. Actually, LGD is all around this except for the Morph.
Oh, look at them go. They're
Setting
deeping
up
on a
Primal
Hawk.
Roar. They're going to go through. And now they've got the arena down, but the spear hits as well as the sun on the Faith Beyond. This is going poor. They go after Innocence. They've got the Balance Strike that comes through. They've got themselves the Refresher Shard, and now they're going to look to get this kill. RP is used. It's around the Pangolier as well as the Morphling. This was a play from LGD that's going sour very quickly. Waveform away. Jinkyu's dead. 3 heroes gone on the side of LGD. It was an all-or-nothing play that doesn't work out. Ame is dead. 100 seconds with
Has a buyback. That was, you know, they feel they need to do something different instead of a straight up 5 versus 5. So they set a hawk near the enemy base. They try to TP with 2 boots of travel. They also have a possible recall from the Keeper of the Light. But it backfires. They lose 4.
And now don't have Pango or Beastmaster. They don't have
2 buybacks.
Yeah, so it'll get used by the Kato as well as the Morphling. That means they won't have it if they die in this next exchange. Nothing to say. Blinding Light comes in. Ame leading forward. Daedalus picked up for the Riki, so he's got double Daedalus. And going Divine Rapier, we were talking about the potential damage in the Riki in the first game. So will it make a difference having it now with 2 Daedalus? Daedalai, Daedaloxin.
Daedalai, probably. It's like Greek Latin, so...
White Album actually taking a significant amount of damage. Holding them off from Megas. Take away that vision, innocence. Trying to get an Aeon Disc. All 5 alive for LGD. And Roche is up. And it feels like LGD might need to make a play for this. They cannot give up an Aegis. They've been barely able to fight. It's going to be quick. Not sure LGD are going to be able to get over there with the damage coming in from Borax. It just feels so fast.
They're just killing the wards right now, so they know something is up. And yeah, already gone. It's actually Enchantress who takes the Aghanim Scepter Blessing. We have a Sproink that got buffed a bit in the previous patch.
Going Swift Blink on Enchantress. An absurd amount of farm on Borax.
Amazing what you'll find laying around.
Yeah, that level 25 talent, you know, impetus damage is just going to be insane.
Yeah, he's the one dealing the damage now. He was taking that bottom set of racks himself. Kind of gross, the amount of farm he's got. 3rd on the net worth, ahead of the Riki, ahead of his own Magnus. Going Thunder coming through with the silence onto the Monkey King. They're going to jump on him once again. Mars waiting in the wing, ready to go. Gets the arena down, but there's the silence of the DKB. They've got themselves the spear that hits onto the Pangolier. Wait for it. They take out the first life out of the hands of this Monkey King. He'll be back up in 3 seconds. Spear thrown, hits XSS. They've got the Lotus Orb onto this Pangolier. They get the kill on Alanum. Now they'll look over at XSS, who no longer has the BKB. They'll use the Primal Roar. Can they get anything more? RP, it's a whiff from White Album. It's not going to be the right play for him as he finally whiffs, and now the chase is on for LGD. They're going to go after Borax, who will Sproink away. The impetus shots are not going to matter. They're not going to deter the side of LGD. XSS tries to TP out, and he'll be successful in doing so, but 98 seconds without Borax. White Album with the TP. It's a long one. Just gets away from the Riki. White Album whiffing, and it's a big game changer. The buyback was used by Lanham. They get the kill on the Monkey King, taking out his first life, and they also blow through Borax. This gets Riki close to a Divine Rapier. It's another potential Divine Rapier game.
Riki's damage is disgusting. Like, he doesn't care about that untouchable, so he's the one who's going to be taking care of the Enchantress. A bit out of position there, you know. Not everyone seems to be on the same page in the last engagement from Aster. But once again, Wind Waker just buying a bit of time. What's the cooldown on it? It's 23 seconds. So same cooldown as Eul Scepter.
All that gold and it can't shave a couple
double
seconds
gem,
off.
you can't hide.
Can't hide from the double gem.
Exactly, can't hide from the light.
Monkey King, Satanic being built. Aeon Disc still for Olanum, and another tome for Borax.
Not sure what he's trying to do with a tome. He's definitely not getting level 30 anytime soon. Maybe he could have gave it to Monkey King, because he is very close to level 30.
There's the Satanic, maybe enough to survive that fight, feeling very difficult for Aster, but that's also off the back of a missed RP. Triple Daedalus instead of the Divine Rapier. That's what he's got queued up.
Doesn't want to risk it. Like, give Rapier to the enemy team. You have decent carriers like all 3 cores on Aster could be a potential candidate to pick it up.
Daedalus, Daedali, Daedaloxen. That's the level 3 when you've got 3 of them. Monkey King, he's queued up a Divine Rapier. Now thinking with this Satanic, is it enough to survive? Do you go to the Divine Rapier? What do you give up for that slot? Spike Carapace, Innocence on the run. Aster close and smoked. Jin-Q bottom trying to push out as best he can. But Aster look ready to pounce. They're up 23,000 net worth. Shadow Blade being built by Magnus. Jin-Q will blink down south and TP away.
Like at this point, these 23,000 net worth don't really matter that much because Ricky is insanely farmed. Morphling is also 6-slotted. He's building a Silver Edge potentially to break Mars, Enchantress. You can break Monkey King's Jingu, so it's a decent item. He still does not have a Scotty, which is kind of a weird one. Because you want to reduce the healing and the lifesteal coming out from that Monkey King. Same goes for the Enchantress.
Enchantress going overwhelming blink.
Enchantress is just
Ultra
farmed out of this
Third
world.
on the
I don't know
network.
how's that even possible. I mean, it's a Hand of Midas. He sold it, but yeah, doing still
results are
extremely
still there.
well. There's the Sproink.
Get rid of the Battle Fury, go to the Divine potentially for Monkey King. He's got the Empower to work with. You said he didn't need the Battle Fury.
Now it's the possible time to get rid of it.
Primal Spring, Boundless Strike that comes through onto the Morphling. They pop the Lincolns, but they get the Impale from Adam! Now the silence is out. They've got the Abyss Wave being thrown onto this Monkey King. The arena's down as well as the BKB being
There's
used
the
by
Wind Waker
XSS.
again.
They've got the Wind Waker into the Wukong's command, trying to wait for him and get himself out of this one, but they've got themselves a Skewer that comes through onto the Ricky, trying to tricks a trade, make his way out, but nothing to say is dead. He's got buyback. And he had a Divine Rapier, that would have been dropped, that would have been the game, but he does have buyback to work with Monkey King. He's got 10k gold ready to spend.
Still does not want to get rid of that Battle Fury. It's a possibility that he gets like a Shard, Moon Shard instead. Possibly a Refresher, double BKB, double Satanic, double Abyssal Blade, and of course your Wukong's command.
So working with a 25,000 net worth lead, Monet. with
They want to
money.
poke. Aster wants to get that buyback out of LGD.
Oh. Shield crash, silence. Jin-Q low, Jin-Q dead. He's got buyback. Gem on the deck though. Don't take this Rax just yet.
First
More
buyback.
shots. And now there's the buyback. The Rax survives bottom for a second, but XSS. One more poke.
Naked Barracks on the mid, no tier 3 tower, so they can go in. These are gonna be mega creeps. Still 30 seconds without Ricky. Like, Ricky does not want to use a buyback, but...
They've got Glyph.
Okay, so they can actually survive without Ricky using the buyback here, because Jin-Q bought back.
And they're going to go in with the Rolling Thunder. That's the blink forward. But the Abyssal Blade is used on it. Jin-Q is trying to get away with the Wukong's man right on top of him.
That's
He's
a
dead for the
dieback.
second time. Dead for 114 seconds. They've got the Glyph. That'll hold. Ricky will be back up in 5. The Glyph will leave when he's got 4 seconds remaining on this buyback.
This is gonna be mega creeps. Ricky is out.
Ooh,
All right, they're
wrapped
not
up.
committing. Like, I still feel they could just go in with the one hero and try to finish it
the
off.
Rax.
Yeah, exactly.
Go back for a second, and then they're back in. Nothing to say, leading the charge. Let's see what he gets out of this. The Wukong's just so massive, and it makes it a problem for nothing to say. They've got themselves the arena, but the Blinding Light pushes XSS out of it. They've got the Boundless Strike as well as the Abyssal Blade. This Ricky's just back, but the Wind Waker saves him for a second. They follow that up with the Abyssal. They've got the control. They get the kill on a nothing to say. Borix is the one who gets it. They'll buy back. They've got a lot of heroes on the side of Aster. Monet trying to fight into this one. Ame on the run back, but now
That's
maybe
mega
they turn
creeps.
this around. They've got themselves Mega Creeps. They get the kill on Monet. He's got buyback. He's down for 99 seconds. They find Borax. They hit the Adaptive Strike. They'll look to kill off this Enchantress. Sproink back. Not going to matter. Tricks of the Trade is there. They got themselves a second.
Roche may respawn in 8 seconds. You can see the line being drawn on the minimap. Pango's like, go mid. We're going all in. Don't have too much time to waste. Roche,
245.
240. Yeah, that's a bit of a bad thing for LGD right there.
Are scanning.
That is rough. Now 28,000 net worth lead, but this again, this Roche, if they can wait for it, if they can get it, it just seems so unlikely. They're up against Mega Creeps, backs against the wall, but
This is it.
2 minutes.
Rapier on Morphling. He just bought it.
Yeah, he's got the Divine Rapier, 2 minutes, tier 5s. With a Rapier, maybe you get something that changes the game. Giant's Ring.
A Giant's Ring feels broken on like strength heroes, so you want to get it on Aster's side. Minute and
Mix
30
assassin.
seconds. Yeah,
With the Giant's Ring and the Shard. Should be fun.
should be.
Divine Rapier for Morphling. Ooh, going Scotty next. Looking for the Daedalus on Ricky. Do you just go Divine Rapier? You drop one of them, it's...
Yeah, I don't think you have anything to lose anymore. You're playing against the Mega Creep, so you just straight up
There
buy
it
a
is.
Divine Rapier. He sold the Diffusal Blade. The Diffusal is really not doing that much anyway, so yeah. Ton of damage, double Daedalus, and Divine Rapier.
That is so much damage. Scotty finished off for the Morphling, going all in for this one. 50 seconds until the tier 5 items. If you're Aster, I feel like you force the situation. You don't want to be going up against potentially tier 5 items that benefit LGD.
Well, maybe they're thinking, you know, we are going to get those tier 5 items, and yeah, we still
They've
have
got
the lead.
hex
Mega Creeps,
on the feet, beyond
X
the
is
hit the
ready.
balance strike. Here comes the Rolling Thunder, and now they're going to wait for it forward. They've got the damage coming in on Lanham. He's almost dead. Yule's in the air. They will go over to Jinku. They get the kill on the phase beyond as well as Jinku. They take out Lanham. It's going to be a 2-for-1. They bought back on the Nyx Assassin. They've also taken
I
out
think that's
Ame.
game.
That's the Divine Rapier on the deck. Now let's see if, well, this Ricky has anything to say for it. Tricks of the Trade doing a lot of damage. Now they look over. They get the kill on Innocence. Nothing to say. He can't get into this one. Triple kill for Monet. There's the Tricks of the Trade. Takes out a Mars. XSS is gone. They've got buyback available on Ame as well as the Kato. They'll buy back on the Mars. XSS back into the fight, and now they're going to charge down mid. You've got the tier 5s available, but now nobody to pick them up with 3 heroes dead on the side of LGD.
Monkey King, double Divine Rapier, has also one queued up. He's fully jacked, Moonshard on top of that. Double damage
Can they
spawn
hold?
top. No one's picking that one up, but they want to get some buybacks and possibly go back to the Roche pit. The lanes are going to be in a good stage. There's still a tier 2 tower on the mid. So I don't think PSG.LGD has too many chances left in this game.
Double Divine looking for a third. Double damage picked up by Monet. That was left there for a little while. We'll take this outpost back.
Ballista on Magnus. It's not too bad on Enchantress. Like, it's going to be a
With
good
the amount of
item.
net worth
with,
he's got.
with that, Swift Blink and the Sproink, man, that's going to hurt. Like, you can't get close.
Book of Shadows. Not the best one, but a decent one nonetheless. See what LGD get out of these tier 5s.
that one is tricky.
They're in Roche. LGD trying to get an Aegis, trying to get themselves a cheese. Aegis would be big here for Ame, as well as the Ag's Blessing. They've got Mirror Shield. While they're getting the tier 5 items, they've got themselves the Aegis into the hands of Ame.
They were like, we need to, you know, get the hell out of here. Just pick it up. So Ame picks up the Aegis. He
But
used the
that Mirror
buyback in the previous fight. Mirror Shield, a lot of value from that one.
Might catch the Ricky going over, but now they're going to try and finish this. They've smoked up. They've tried to catch up. No tier 5s, I believe, for LGD just yet. Force Boots picked up for the Monkey King, but he's got Mirror Shield. He probably doesn't want to give that up. Adam's searching the jungle, hoping that maybe LGD are getting ballsy, looking for their own tier 5s.
What's Aster's plan? Are they just gonna wait until the next Roche spawns or until Aegis is gone? Because it's a 33,000k gold lead for them. They have 2
40.
Divine Rapiers, but gold lead at this point of the game does not really mean that much.
So, Ricky.
Mirror Shield is really, really good against the like Beastmaster Roar. The also possibly like, oh, there's no E-Blade anymore on the Morph. He sold it a long time ago.
That doesn't have it. Butterfly, Aegis, Scotty, Lincoln's, Manta with the BKB and bots. He's also got that Ags as well as the Ags Shard from Morphling. Who's the ally that you want to turn into? Is it the Ricky? And you just Tricks of the Trade as well?
yeah, I think that's the plan here.
That could be nasty.
Like, Pangolier doesn't sound too bad, but yeah, Ricky with the like double tricks of the trade, and Ricky bought an Eon Disc.
Apex for the Beastmaster. He'll send that back. He's just on a mission to get tier 5s. He gets an Ex Machina. That's going to be some armor. Reset the cooldown on all items.
Oh man, wish that was the old Apex. What's Morphling holding? He is...
Apex for the Ricky.
Ex Machina for him. 25 armor. Resets the cooldown on all the items. So, like double Lincolns, double BKB, and Manta style. Beekov, this one is hype because, you know, 60 minutes in after you get the tier 5 items, you don't know what's going to happen.
Pops the Lincoln skewer back. Only on the illusions. Manta was close. And the Lincolns. He could get that double Lincolns. If it gets popped, immediately pop that Ex Machina, have it back up. That could be the game saver for you.
So, Nullifier on Enchantress, she can remove the Eon Disc combo breaker ability. That's a possibility. You need to be quick, because also, you know, Ricky with the Blink Strikes and Tricks of the Trade could get out of the fight easily. Plus 75 agi from that Apex, so that's quite a lot.
I want to see the damage this
right now, Ricky's sitting at 600 plus.
RP? That was used.
Well, pretend we didn't see that. At this point of the game, you know, it's kind of a, sure, it happened. I have the cooldown reduction from the Spell Prism. Anything big that we kind of missed? Nyx Assassin holding onto that Book of Shadows. That's the newest addition for tier 5 items. Good night vision, some decent spell, some extra attributes, but yeah, you can target an enemy or an ally and you are untargetable, muted, disarmed, and applies a basic dispel. So most of the time you're going to use that for defensive tools.
Ooh, they stunned up the Monkey King. They're going to dive in.
Damage.
They've got the damage with the Tricks of the Trade to take out Monet as well as XSS. XSS doesn't have buyback down with Forex. That's going to be 3 heroes down to the side of Aster. They've got no buyback on the Enchantress as well as the Mars. Immediately, they just blew them up. And that is Monkey King's Divine Rapiers now in the hands of LGD from 40k to 6k in the hands of LGD. Immediately buys another Divine Rapier as he buys back into the game. He was gone so fast.
Yeah, that's just completely disappears with Ricky and Morphling going in together. So 2 Divine Rapiers now, once again, on Ricky, and Morphling is holding 1. 1 Divine Rapier on the Monkey King, so couple of those in the game right now. They're playing against the Mega Creeps, but Ricky can solo and single-handedly, you know, outpush that lane easily. It doesn't matter, you know, Mega Creeps don't matter that much. I would love to see like a Vlad's being built on one of the supports, possibly on LGD, just to have that lifesteal.
6k lead, nothing to say. Double Divine Rapier hitting for so much. Over 900. 950, 961 if I've done the math correctly, but I probably haven't. Ame moving forward, waveform. Now they're going to try and take the tier 2 tower. They box onto this Hawk. Sending Faith Beyond forward, looking to make a move. He's also trying to get into a Wind Waker. They have 1 more item to get in the tier 5s. They got that Mirror Shield that's out on a Jinkyu. Looking for the last tier 5. You've got Ricky holding the base.
I mean, if they do this, it's going to be one of the biggest comebacks. You said it was, what, 44,000?
44, yeah, just about. Look at that graph.
Oh, that's one sexy graph, man. They're holding onto 3 Divine Rapiers right now. And Ricky is also getting another one, possibly. Like, what he can do is have one locked up in his backpack, and then once the Eon Disc procs, you put it in.
He might do that. He could also be saving for buyback and Rapier.
Right now, there are 4 heroes with the buyback. Enchantress needs gold and the Pangolier. Rest of the buybacks are on cooldown.
Thought this Enchantress might be enough. The extra gold on a 4 position so much. The Divine Rapiers in the hands of the Monkey King, who absolutely melted.
And he has 4,000 plus HP. And sitting at 30 armor, you really don't feel that he's that tanky. I mean, late game Dota is
A toss-up?
it's a chaos, complete chaos. Who gets like the good first jump? There's tier 5 items coming in, some crits, Daedalus, multiple Divine Rapiers. What is Morphling building? He's like, guys, what do I get? Holding on to Ex Machina, still has a Flicker, has a Scotty in the backpack. Like, I still feel he doesn't need the Boots of Travel. It's a Boots of Travel 2. Could possibly buy a Moon Shard for himself and still have a buyback. Aghanim and Aghanim Shard is already purchased long time ago.
Man, this is a nail biter. You've got Beastmaster, who, by the way, who's got Book of the Dead and Necro 3.
Beastmaster is ready,
Couldn't
you
be
know,
happier.
to try to go for some sneaky play. Possibly
Push a lane.
push a lane for himself. We've seen some TPs that they try to do on a Hawk that can be controlled because of the new shard and has a dive bomb.
Looks like it's going to wait till the next Roche, which is already upon us. 5th Roche. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, Axe Blessing.
Look at those crits from Ricky. 2.8k crits.
Melting these heroes.
Melting these
creeps.
creeps. Yeah.
Doing both.
Roshan is back on the menu, boys.
Back on the menu at market price. Sometimes pretty expensive. Depends on the restaurant. So we'll see. Aster. They're postured by the pit, but so are LGD. This one's going to be important, and that's what it came down to as well in that previous exchange. The fact that LGD, they were able to sneak that Roche while Aster were grabbing their tier 5s, thinking they were getting everything to just close out the game. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, Shard, Axe in the hands of LGD. Helps them
Casual double
to
damage on the bottom. Radiant has a vision of it. But, you know, all eyes on Roche. Let's see if someone decides to go there and try to pick it up.
They've got Ricky bottom. Sproink, Borax showing the impetus shots that he can throw. Double damage for Ame. I was thinking that they might want to give that to the
Casual
Ricky.
1,000 damage on her Morphling.
They're heading towards mid. They're recalling these heroes. Nothing to say coming over. He's got 8,000 gold. 12k just about in the hands of Ame. Everybody's saving money. Buybacks available for everybody on LGD. Monkey King, no buyback. Enchantress short on the gold. Borax is a big part of this considering the net worth he's got, but he melts just as well. We saw both him as well as the Monkey King die so fast. It's a tense one. Getting ready to look towards this pit. They've got the Hawk. They're trying to find the vision. Actually, though, Enchanted. This is going the other way. Jinq, he's going to try and get something with this. The RP comes through. That's going to be on Ame. Can they get the damage? They've got the Wind Waker coming in from Innocence. They've got the Arena down with the BKB's beat pop. They get the kill on Ame. They take him out. Exorcist is gone. They're going to buy back on those Morphling as well as this Magnus taking the Mars back with the buyback. But Boundless Strike. Nothing to say. Divine Rapiers on the deck. All 3 buyback. 3 Divine Rapiers in the hands of Monkey King from 10k to LGD to 26k to
31k.
Aster. Oh my god. Everybody's alive again for LGD. They've got a Divine Rapier on the Enchantress. Last time they fought, they melted. This time, they get the kills. And it's the Monkey King who doesn't have buyback who makes it happen. The Balance Strike from half to dead on the Ricky.
Yeah, I think he solo killed the Ricky with the Boundless Strike after his Eon Disc procced. And now Ricky bought another Divine Rapier for himself. Monkey holding on to 3 Divine Rapiers right now.
Oh my god. 3 Divine Rapiers here for Monet. The RP was enough to get control of Ame, make sure that they take out the Morphling first, who now maybe doesn't feel as strong. Ricky had saved up for a Divine Rapier.
Ricky's naked,
He's level 30.
They're
going to go in
literally
for Roche.
pre-slotted right
Now
now.
they're going to come in with the Arena. They've got the BKB, but a lot of damage being done to XSS. They look over at Innocence. They get the kill into this Kano. They've taken out this Enchantress. Has buyback this time around, but no, XSS does not. The Rolling Thunder back over. It's going to bounce off this Roche pit. Lanham trying to get the Spike Carapace to stun up Jinq, but it's not going to land, so he's able to back away. They get the kill on the Enchantress. That was Divine Rapier on the deck, I believe, from the Enchantress into the hands of the Ricky, so he's got 2 Divine Rapiers back on Nothing to Say.
This might be the game that had most Divine Rapiers handled to other players, because this one's pretty insane. You know, you see Ricky with the Blink, Divine, 2 Daedalus. That's his item build, and the Eon disc. So literally he had nothing. Now he picks up another
Tricks of the
Rapier.
trade. Thunder once again with the Shivas. They were looking into the pit. They're going to try and Rolling Thunder and make sure that they're not able to get into the pit and take anything from this. Looking for the RP. That comes through. Snatching Aegis is Borax. They get the kill on the white arm. Looking to look over as the Lincolns against Potsdam and Ame. He's fallen. BKB's been popped by Monet. He's in the Wukong's command. They've got this Knight's Assassin in the air. Lanham on the run, but the blinding light, that comes through. They've stunned on Monet. They get the kill on the Borax. He's going to be dead. 3 heroes on the side of Aster. Gun without buyback. They're going to take this Monkey King away from the equation.
Are in the base.
Creeps are in the base pushing, but it's not enough just yet. 8k lead for Aster. No Ame Morphling for 104 seconds. 3 Divine Rapiers still in the hands of this Monkey King. 2 for Ricky. It's back and forth. They bought back on Lanham. It was almost a 1v4.
Man, this Boundless Strike, this is the ability that they need to be afraid the most, because critical damage is 265%, and right now he's sitting at, what, 1200, 1.2k? So...
Wow.
Like, what do you even buy? Like, this is the part where everything gets so chaotic that nothing makes sense. Like, how do I die? I have a hero that has a 30 armor, that has a 4000 HP. I just die in 1 second. What is happening?
God, 3 Divine Rapiers. He one-shots everybody with Balance Strike. He's done it to Nothing to Say before. Ame 53 seconds till he's back. I want to say I doubt LGD go up the hill before they've gotten the Morphling back. 12k lead for Aster. I mean, they could just recall him in once he's up. They've got a Wind Waker on the Beastmaster. It's been so helpful, as much as we joked about it on the Coddle being built.
This Wind Waker, he managed to farm it up and managed to save mostly Morphling multiple times.
They saved the game.
And now Beastmaster has one, so they need to see who's going to be using it first. You do not want to overcommit, because there's not going to be any damage from your team if you just keep cycling your own teammates. And that's a new one, chat. If you want to ruin a game, instead of buying a Shadow Amulet, you can buy a Wind Waker and use it on your own teammates.
So level 30 for Ricky, level 30 for Morphling, 30 for Monkey King, 29 for the Mars, and, well, 29 for Magnus, Mars, and Enchantress. All 3 of them about to hit that level 30. This Morphling feeling topped out. Arcane Blink now for the Ricky. Tricks of the Trade, trying to get that cooldown, but...
Monkey is building a Refresher. He has enough. Actually, he bought it, so... Yeah, double Boundless Strike. I never thought I'd say it, but this is...
Kills anybody on the map. Right?
Exactly. Like, he might get a Rampage with using these 2 abilities. He will pop a BKB, probably swap a BKB out with the Refresher, then put the BKB back in again.
We'll have to see how he plays it with that Refresher Orb. Roche a long ways away. It's not in the conversation right now.
It doesn't even matter. Like, Roshan at this point, how many shards and eggs do we have? Like, everyone except Bango and Coddle have eggs. Like, this could be the game changer. Like, Keeper of the Light might... right now, he does not have a buyback, so it might be a good time to invest into Aghanim Scepter. Like, that Will-O-Wisp could change things. BKBs are down to 5 seconds long time ago.
Mars now getting Wind Waker, spotting the Coddle, getting it, and thinking this is a good idea. He's 800 gold away from an Ags if he wanted to build it, but right now he's looking Octarine Core. These Blinding Lights have been massive too. When these BKBs are done, the Blinding Light
like, if he sells his Magic Wand and possibly sells a Glimmer Cape, it could be a game-winning ability for them.
Yeah. But instead, queuing the Octarine. We'll see what he ends up committing for. Just because it's queued doesn't mean that's what you're getting. 8k for Monkey King. Triple Divine Rapier. I don't even know where you put things anymore. He's 9 slotted. He's got everything plus a big tier 5 neutral.
Maybe we need tier 6 neutral items to be able to finish out the game. Ricky, you said it. Arcane Blink. So that's going to help out with lowering the cooldown on the Blink Strike. Tricks of the Trade. He also has Keeper of the Light to keep him nice and ready for like another round. Just lower the cooldown again. This game is crazy.
It's back and forth. I mean, we had 40k leads all over the place. I'm really surprised that Pango, I would like his ends. I feel like it could be good here. In the middle of a fight, get the disarms.
It's a possibility. What is he going for? Overwhelming Blink. He was holding onto gem for a very, very long time, sometimes even 2 gems. I guess he just not want to get one-shotted straight away, so decided to build Heart. And now, like, I'll use this strength to get the Overwhelming Blink.
So Aster pushing forward. It's mega creeps that they have been up against, and they've been able to hold.
They don't feel like mega creeps, because both tier 4 towers are still standing. Not as healthy as usual, but yeah, they're doing the job. I guess both teams are just waiting for buybacks to come back online.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. It also gives you time to buy another Divine Rapier. Also, you know, Divine and buyback, which we've seen from multiple heroes.
How many Rapiers do we have? 2 on Ricky, 3 on Monkey King. That's 5 in total. No one else has one, right?
Morphling's got 12k in the bank.
Morphling's like, I don't know what to buy anymore.
Oof. Just getting recalled as XSS was searching.
There's the smoke. PSG.LGD out of their base, trying to make stuff happen.
Look at Lanham, look at where he's at. He's going through the trees. He's going to break the smoke. He's right under their noses. Goes into the Spike Carapace, breaks the smoke. They've got vision. They've slowed him down. The Blinding Light is out. And now they've got the Tricks of the Trade over on the Creep Wave, pushing back for a second. Aster, they're not going to commit. Neither will LGD. Both teams feeling each other's presence, but not making the move. The smoke is out from Aster, and now they're going to go the other way. They might catch Innocence by himself. He's all alone. There's the Blink as well as the arena. They've got themselves the Hex, but the Aeon just comes in. Nullifier drops him down outside the arena. There they go with the Rolling Thunder. That's going to bounce around. They're looking for the RP. They've got themselves their hands right on the Ricky. They've also got the Abyssal Blade, but there's the Primal Roar on the Magnus. Do they have the damage in the Wukong's command? They take out Whiteout. He's dead for 100 seconds without buyback. The Nullifier is going to be thrown from the Enchantress onto the Pangolier once again. GQ now going back. Sproink away. They've got the Wind Waker. They'll look over Aladdin. They'll continue to chase on this Nyx Assassin Spike Carapace. Ooh, can they get the kill? A nice little impale, not gonna matter. Lanham's dead to Faith Beyond. 2 heroes gone with no buyback.
Oh, maybe Aster needs to start thinking differently, because right now PSG.LGD has a ton of damage and can match up their team fight. So maybe the plan is try to make them busy with 2-3 heroes and just go for a, you know, rat play. Go into their base. You have Monkey King with the 3 Divine Rapiers. It's a possibility.
He's holding on to Boots in his backpack. Game sits even at net worth. 81 minutes
1K
into
gold
the
lead.
game.
Very, you know, even game. 81 minutes in. Like, that graph looks insane.
It really does. Only a slight lead for a second for LGD. And then immediately, it was gone. Couple tomes for the Nyx Assassin. He's the only one who's lacking 30 on the side of Aster. That could be the difference maker. These heroes on LGD, Beastmaster's close to 30, but Pango is 28, Coddle 27. It's not all 30s like it's about to be for Aster. They've got buybacks available on the Magnus as well as the Nyx Assassin. Boots of Travel level 2 for the Morphling. Let's see if he makes any wild plays. He's holding on to 16,800 gold. What has convinced this man to hold on to so much gold?
What do you even buy? Like, Lincoln Sphere is fine, Manta is fine. You also have this Ex Machina to refresh all your abilities.
Go
possibly
to a Divine Rapier again?
Go back to Divines? I guess so. Like, Satanic is the one that comes to my mind. He needs an extra item that he replaces Boots of Travel with in a team fight.
Yeah, you'd expect maybe to go for a Divine. He's saving up gold. It's January. Christmas isn't until December.
Exactly. Ricky just got himself a double damage. So over 1,000 damage. Let's see the crits. 3.4k crits.
Dangerous with those Data Eye. And 8,000 gold to his name. 63,000 net worth for this Monkey King, but that drops off very hard if you lose those 3 Divine Rapiers. Now holding on to 2 Divine Rapiers. So he's put one in the base. A very calculated play with 10k gold. And buyback, and then you go for the Divine Rapier.
There's Roshan. So Keeper of the Light, like you need to give him Aghanim Scepter, get that Will-O-Wisp back online. 6k gold lead. Suddenly we're saying those numbers like they matter, but they actually don't. Pango actually picks it up.
And the disarms could be massive.
Disarms could be massive. The bash could be massive. Still not sure why Keeper of the Light does not have Aghanim Scepter for himself.
Oh, he does pick up a triple Divine, so he goes back to it. Aegis on Morphling. Second Life. Manta in the backpack. He's all alone, getting recalled. Right over to the Coddle, who's near the mid lane. White Album doesn't have the vision. They actually, oh, they're going towards bottom.
Oh, that's the sneaky play that I talked about.
They're in. They're going to go for the tier 4s. They'll throw
Glyph
the
is
but
used.
there's the
RP,
Glyph. Do they
can he
have
make
anything
it?
to go for this? They've got Faith Beyond in a little bit of trouble. They've got the Spunk as well. The Hex coming under White Album. With the BKB pop by Monet, they've got their own Thunder coming
for
through.
the buildings.
Do they have the damage to get the Cone of Innocence as well as Faith Beyond? They're both going to buy back. They're looking for the RP. They'll pop the Lincolns on Jinkyu. They're trying to go for the building, but they do have backdoor protection. They take him to the Pangolier. They get the Cone of Faith Beyond once again. He's going to be dead with no buyback this time. Rolling Thunder comes out on Olanum. He ends up falling. He's got buyback. And Monkey King forced to buy back as he ends up dead. They'll take out Borax. Down goes White Album. Buybacks are in, but the Divine Rapiers are on the deck. And now they're going to be spread out, sharing the wealth.
2 Divine Rapiers still sitting in the base. Monkey King is like, I need to do something with all this gold. What did he buy?
Now he doesn't have Divine Rapiers anymore.
He has one. That's one flying out to him. Ooh. 2 Divine Rapiers still in the base. I still feel the better play would be if they just like fake start a team fight with heroes that they don't need, like Nyx Assassin, possibly Enchantress, and maybe even Magnus, you know, just try to stop the TPs while Monkey King +1 or 2 are hitting the throne.
There is no reason Coddle should have Divine Rapier.
But here we are, 85 minutes in. Ricky now holding on to 3 Divine Rapiers, and also has one queued up, you know, just in case he loses his Daedalus in the backpack, which he can switch if Eon just straight up buys another one.
Okay. Well, the Coddle's holding onto a Divine Rapier. I would expect Pango to get a Divine Rapier. Right? Like before a Coddle. If I had to pick, you know, this is like when you have kickball in gym class, I'm picking Pango first.
I hear a BKB.
Yep. And recall on the Morphling. He used that BKB. Does have the Ex Machina. And there it is. So 25 seconds. Probably
so
gonna
that's
win.
no Glyph for Aster, but the lanes are in a very good condition right now for PSG.LGD.
Lana moving forward, Boundless Strike, that's going to be through. Onto the Ricky, they'll pop the air disc. Now they've got the stun as well as the Abyssal Blade. But here comes Ame, he's going to pop the BKB. They've used the RP. White Album walks him down, takes out, nothing to say. Ame is gone, see you later. They're both going to buy back. They've got buyback on the Ricky, they'll buy back on Ame. They'll take out Innocence. The Divine Rapiers have just been kicked back into the hands of Aster. Just like that, White Album coming back in clutch with a massive RP.
Now Enchantress is holding on to 2 Divine Rapiers and only 2 heroes with the buyback right now. That's both Aster members, Mars and... what's his name? Magnus, man. My brain's not working anymore. Yeah? So no Glyph. I think they should
another
try...
Divine and a Moon Shard.
I think they should try and just close out this game. Like, risk it, go all in. RP still up. There was a refresher being used.
So no Coddle for 83, a 4v5 fight. We've seen LGD do it before, but Aster looking to close out this one. They've got the Abyssal Blade picked up by the Pango. Triple Divine back into the hands of the Monkey King, looking to dish out some damage, and they're looking ready with Lana leading the charge. White Apple looking to land another big RP. This has been a close one as we hit the 87-minute
How many Roshan kills did we have? Like,
6.
I stopped counting after 5.
It's been 6, potentially a 7th in the works.
There you go.
This is a very close one. Looking for the long game to end, as is a song in the White Album. They've got themselves the Lincoln's Pop. They'll go for the kill on both this Pangolier as well as the Morphling, but they're A-OK for now. The damage coming out from Borax is felt!
That's no buyback on him. That's game.
The Ancient is dead, and Aster are victorious! It is all over for LGD. They lose the series. Aster finally finish it off 88 minutes in, 50-37 on such a long Game 3 between two of the top teams in the region.
This is one of the craziest games that
God.
I ever witnessed, definitely. I mean, I've been playing Dota